were 2,500.
Woo!
And at the time.
Hello! So today I thought the power's off. That is why we're outside here and Natalie, this is the best light. Anyway, so today I thought I wanted to make a video because I found an article and it reminded me of the stupid money I've spent in my life. So I thought me and Natalie must make a video on the stupidest money we spent. Like money you spent on something, it was just like, why did you spend so much on such a stupid thing? What were you thinking? So yeah, do you have any of those? They're all in the cupboard, eh? Shoes.
But I don't regret them though.
Okay, but it has to.
Okay, the ones that I sold, I do regret. Because I don't know what I was thinking. There was a pair of Zara heels that I bought a couple of years ago. And I never wore it. I bought it and I think it was like 700 rand or something. And that was like, that's expensive. And I never wore it, and I looked at it afterwards. I'm like, what was I thinking? And then I just sold it for the same amount.
Oh well, then that's okay. I've bought many things where I wear it once and I go. That's why you mustn't buy on the day. You must sleep on the thing.
No. You must buy on the day.
No, that's why you got so. That's where the second-hand selling of clothing business came from buying on the day to sell it. Okay, so I bought my thing. I was in Australia. Right, so I was on a comedy thing in Australia at the comedy festival, right? And we're going out and it's during the day and we're having lunch, right? And someone tells me, listen, the bubble tea in Australia is amazing. Now, I don't drink bubble tea. It's bubble tea, it's for lighties. But I'm like, yeah, okay, let me try something.
I don't know what bubble tea is.
It's that tea that they have, like it was all over the malls and then now it's just gone. It's just like frozen yogurt. It was a fad that just passed. Everyone had a store and then now it's gone. So it was bubble. It's like tea, sweet, very sweet, and it's got these little jelly balls in it.
Oh.
And then you bite on it and then it's like a. But in Australia, I will say this: the bubble tea tasted amazing. So I'm having my meal and I'm drinking this bubble tea. But what is not to like? It's sugar, right? My ek was on any price here. I'm thinking, okay, it's Australia's gonna be expensive, but I'm not thinking like.
I mean, how much can you pay for tea?
Yes, tea. I'm thinking like at the most it's gonna be $80, South African rands. You know what I mean? Like $8 because it's time 10. Here I go and give me another bubble tea, mama. The bill comes $35 per tea.
Kwai.
It was 700 rand se tea wat ek gesyp het and it was over in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I felt like a poopole. I felt so dumb. I didn't even tell the people around
Why
me.
in the world was it so expensive?
$55. It was probably because it was in a restaurant and it was Australia and it was fancy.
Crazy.
But it was stupid. I remember one guy saw and laughed their ass off. But I was like, never again. You must always look at the prices in these foreign countries. That was one. What did you do?
Well, when I just started working, when I was like 18, I saved up. I had to save up for like 6 months because
You committed to the stupidity.
no, I had to save up for like 6 months because it was my first job, and at the time I think I earned like 1,000 rand a month or whatever. At the time it was a lot of money for me, just coming out of school. And I tell you, I saved so hard and I bought these genuine leather cream boots at the waterfront.
My bro.
And my eye was on it for 6 months, and I tell you, I did not let it go. I worked so hard. I wanted those boots, and they were cream leather boots, and I was like, this is the boots that I want, and I bought it. And I think I wore it twice in my entire life.
You still have it.
And it's still in my cupboard because it's sentimental to me. Because it was my first pair of shoes,
But does it make you feel
expensive pair of shoes that I bought when I started working. So I will never ever get rid of those.
How much did you spend on it?
They were 2,500.
Woo!
And at the time, I mean, we're talking a lot of years ago.
20 years
at
ago.
the time, it was, 2,500 and it was super expensive.
That's a lot of money now.
That's still a lot of money.
I wouldn't just buy
saved-
shoes for $2,000. It's not like
saved
something
so
I
much.
would.
My mother was like, what the hell
Eh?
were you thinking? Man, to spend so much money, and I spent every single cent that I
And you
earned.
wore it twice.
And I remember wearing it twice in my entire life.
But I think we all need to be a little like everyone. You get a pass. This is your first job.
It
you really
and
wanted
what I
the
wanted.
boots.
Exactly.
The boots are still with you. It was leather boots. It wasn't
And, like,
cheap boots.
Exactly, and like from the 1,000 rand that I got every month, I gave my mom money, obviously, because that was what she needed to do. And I mean, what in the world do I do with the rest of the money? So I was like, I didn't have any debt. I didn't have any.
Didn't ever pay for a drink at a club.
My mother
Didn't ever pay entry fee.
also true. My mom like covered for me, so I still, and I'm like, no, I have to have this boots.
Okay, so the last one I'm gonna mention is I bought many expensive things that sometimes I go, that was, but I still enjoy those things and I work really hard to get to those things, so it's fine, right? But the things I feel dumb about, one specific thing. I was young, man, and I was so early in jobs, and I walked into a fancy shop in Sandton. I think I was like 24. Fancy shop in Sandton, and I saw these racing gloves. They look like Magnum PI. Remember those when you drive the Ferrari? And I was like, these, man, it's leather, it's Pringle, warm, bro. This, and also my hands were getting cold at the time in the morning when I was going to work. So I was looking for like a glove, but I was probably supposed to go to Dischem and getting thin select. But here, ek sien toe, why would you get thin select gloves when there's Magnum PI gloves right there? So I go like, yeah, I drive a Chevy Aveo, bruh. That time I was driving a Chevy Aveo. You know how stupid you look with a pair of driving gloves in a Chevy Aveo. But you know what it is? It makes you think about the future and be more aspirational. But anyway, I spent a small fortune on these.
How much?
I think those gloves were like 900 rand. Stupid.
Yeah, man.
I had the
you know
cheap
how much petrol money that was?
That time it was like almost 2 weeks worth of petrol. So I was like getting these gloves. And I remember being so shy because I stopped at a boom gate. Right, the security, I'm in an Aveo, the security see my knuckle gloves. No, I would start laughing. You know, the security's laughing out and you just turn red. I made a mistake. But later on, I bought myself a red car and then they look quite. And I just want to show you.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Just the one glove? Did you just buy the one glove?
No, it's two. I don't know where the other one is. We must find it.
Yeah, Alfred. Listen.
My Pringle quiet gloves. Now I drive a daddy car. When you drive a daddy car with a pair of, it also don't work. So just
sit it maar weg asseblief.
You wanna sell them?
Nee, sit it weg.
Is that it? Nothing else you want to confess?
No. I've got lots of confessions, but
it's all shoes. You can't have that amount of shoes and have no regrets. That's all I'm saying. Oh, I think you guys should all at the bottom tell us a stupid thing you buy that you regret, that you bought, that you regret, that you just felt dumb buying. I think it'll be fun.